I was innocently doing my reading when they were done bleeding out, but still on protection watch, guarding their bliss to the King of Swords reversed and the Queen of Swords upright, and what they create. 10 channels, or channel 10, fell, or had the rug pulled out from under them, or literally cut out, so that new work could start. From choice of flooring to the top of the cake, perhaps, with a partner who would really make it a masterpiece, a work of art. And so the two-headed Hydra came up, defeated by Hercules, but was it? With poisonous breath and blood, and Hercules cauterizing the necks to make sure they didn't grow back. But Hercules couldn't get her off of his identity, for as often rumors have it, that she was this awful creature that distracted him from his duties. Her scent would just kill him to be closer, and her blood so royal her family would surely behead him. The myth that what happened in the garden was all the divine feminine's fault, and fighting to prove himself right and her wrong would take on lifetime after lifetime squashing her song. That they were one, and yet seen as two. If he stood up for her, himself, they never would have let him live. And it's all her fault. I mean, his fault. And the guilt and the shame would render him lame in the taming of the shrew and the beast. For to make her his adversary is to make him his adversary, and that a battle one can simply not win. So thousands of years of shutting her up and cutting down her credibility so no one would believe her, but in the end, always screwing himself. As karma to self is the worst kind of a bitch, the only way to solve this was to love thy enemy, and in turn loving thyself. No longer a voice hung up on the shelf for show, to actually use the things we love so we can appreciate them, hold them, treasure them, and clean them after making them dirty. How to hold oneself in the highest esteem would be the story of the glory of how this all worked out in the end, as the gate opened in 2012 to make the transition on the road to perdition, through the 13 to the 14, off the beaten path of angels to the devil 15, and the epiphanies of 16, and of the dreams and healing of the 17, the stars and the constellations, our consolation prize, and then the battle of the moon and the sun, the dark subconscious and the light that can burn if it's too much, in order to arrive in perfect 2020 vision, in hindsight that started back in 1987's harmonic convergence. Through AIDS and Twin Towers and Osama bin Laden and Jobs went under, Oprah too. And the earthquakes of Yushu, Haiti and Chile and Japan's tsunami, the freak storms and bombings in India and Russia, and the wedding of royals. And we are the 99%, with numerous riots. iPads and No More Tonight Show, and the swine flu that sent the masses into a panic. Or was that actually the government and the media that did that? H1N1, 2009 to 10. Many wore face masks then. And Mark Zuckerberg, the mask on the cover of Time magazine. And a big oil spill. And Tiger Woods spill. And why is his infidelity any worse than other millions of infidels? Just like now, 2020 to 21. And you know what that showed. And why are the deaths from this virus more important than any other deaths from all the other flus and viruses we endured year after year, forever? And what about the deaths caused by government's pollution and preventing cancer from being cured? Marketing fear in the media, and the Vatican with 60 miles of gold underground that could feed the world forever. And who's to blame for our problems again? We are all, if we don't go within.